making a video about the one and only king himself, LeBron James. This is my first LeBron James video, but first, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Lil Trady back with another video, and this video is about the 3 biggest lies about LeBron James. Before I get started with this video, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, hit that bell for notifications, and hit the comment section down below. Let's see if I can get to 100 likes. Let's get on with this video. LeBron James is easily the best player in the league. That's not even without a doubt. Like, no question, this man is the best player on the planet. So I don't want to hear no Giannis or Kawhi crap. As LeBron this season averages 25 points, 7 assists, and 7 rebounds, shooting 49% from the field and 34% from 3, on nearly 6 attempts a game. So LeBron's had another great season, and it was on the verge of winning his 5th MVP. But it's going to be tough that Joel Embiid's also in the MVP conversation. Also Kevin Durant. But to me, it's LeBron versus Joel Embiid. And also you can slide in Nikola Jokic. He's been also having a great season as well. But in my opinion, LeBron's been having another great season. Averaging 25 just like how he did last season. Even dropping 46 points against his old team. Let's start with the first lie. Number 3, he's not clutch. Here's this myth about LeBron James not being clutch, and he's scared of the big moments. Let's get this first thing clear. LeBron James, people like to say he's scared of the moment. Yeah, I don't believe that, because we seen them hit so many clutch shots that people don't want to talk about. I don't understand why. Sure, some people talk about it, but if you're a LeBron hater, you barely don't talk about it. You always say all he does is pass the ball in the big moments, and that's not true, because LeBron James, he is one of the most clutch players that I have ever seen, like for real, especially in the playoffs, because he's one of the most clutch playoff players that I have ever seen, and could probably be the most clutchest player in playoff history. Because this man has 5 buzzer beaters in the playoffs, and he has a higher field goal percentage than both MJ and Kobe, and people don't talk about that. And another thing, that LeBron has more buzzer beaters in the postseason than Michael Jordan, and shot way better than him. And LeBron, he is just unbelievable in those clutch moments in the playoffs. I don't know why people overlook that. People like to talk about Ray Allen saving him, Kyrie Irving saving him, because he was scared of those big moments. Let's not act like LeBron didn't put him in those situations that they should be in. Just like people like to say Ray Allen saved his legacy, but let's not act like LeBron didn't hit 3 way before Ray Allen made his. So people, that's the whole thing overlooked. And LeBron dropped 16 points in the 4th quarter alone. And then when we go to 2016 against the Golden State Warriors, people like to say Kyrie Irving saved his ass. But if it wasn't for LeBron's block, would Kyrie made the shot? I don't know. He couldn't. But that's another topic for another discussion. But people like to say LeBron's scared of the moments and he doesn't have the clutch gene. I'm talking to you, Skip Bayless, because that sounds ridiculous. And people like to talk about him not passing moments. Like, that is biased, and I think that's ridiculous. And people need to look at this man even more for what he is as a player. People like to say he passes. Sure, LeBron, but the only reason why, it's like people like to give him Game 5 in the NBA Finals the previous year, of him not taking the last shot. But no shit, he passed the ball. There was like 3 guys on him. So how do you expect them to make a shot over 3 guys? That don't make no damn sense. Not at all. You know, everybody want to say Kobe done it. But that's Kobe. But guess what? He missed all that shit. No disrespect to Kobe. God rest his soul. I love him. But Kobe, he has the most misses in NBA history. That's the reason why he took all those unnecessary shots. But unlike LeBron, he make the right decisions. So I ain't trying to hear no crap about people saying LeBron doesn't have a clutch gene and he's scared of the big moment. Number 2, he's a stat patter. Here's another myth about LeBron James being a stat pattern. And that, to me, that sounds so retarded. Like, really. LeBron, sure, he could get a triple-double at sometimes. Let's not act like he doesn't have the body length of a guy who grabbed like 9 rebounds a game. Because people like to say he's a stat pattern, he pads his stats, and people need to start looking at LeBron as a stat pattern. People like to get on Russell Westbrook for being a stat pattern, and people like to use that same argument towards LeBron. But let's be honest, sure, LeBron, he could get a little bit of rebounds. Let's not act like his teammates don't even try, because he's averaging more rebounds than Anthony Davis, and I think he is. And sometimes he can be a little bit shaky in the rebounding departure. That's why LeBron's there. And I hear nobody, and I mean nobody, bring up Magic Johnson being a stat pattern. I hear nobody definitely bring up Wilt Chamberlain as a stat pattern, because y'all know damn for sure Wilt Chamberlain was a stat pattern. Don't lie to yourself. Because I heard stories about Wilt Chamberlain fighting teammates for rebounds, and so he could pad his stats. And people get on Russell Westbrook and LeBron for being stat patters, but people don't look away that same argument for Wilt Chamberlain, which I don't get why people overlook Wilt Chamberlain as a player that he was. Sure, Wilt was a great player, but was not overlook all of his moments where he stat padded and didn't really care about much of his teammates but his stats. That's the reason why he averaged 50 points per game. And guess what? They didn't make the playoffs that season. And then for the other end, for LeBron, people don't like to call Magic no stat pattern, and I don't get why. And he's 6'9", LeBron's 6'9", so I don't get why people like to say LeBron's a stat pattern. And to my opinion, he's not. Number 1, his finals record.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more?
My last lie of the video, and we're gonna get to LeBron James's finals record. Sure, like LeBron James is easily the most unfair athlete in the world right now, because all we talk about is his 4-6 finals record, and it's a little bit biased because people like to talk about his 4-6, but LeBron, this man made 8 straight finals and 10 total, and all we talk about is that he's 4-6 in the finals. But we need to start looking at those losses, because 2, he had to go up against the Avengers, and then the other one, he didn't even have his 2 best players on his team, as Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love went down with injuries. Love went out in the first round against the Boston Celtics, and Kyrie went out in game 1. So LeBron was by himself. And then in 2014, Dwayne Wade, he was slowly declining, as D Wade in the NBA Finals didn't play that great, as he only averaged 14 points. And also Chris Bosh, he didn't help things neither. Even though he was efficient, he only averaged 14 points. Then when we go to 2007, it was just awful, man. People like to say LeBron, if he was that great of a player, he should be able to push the Spurs. But this man had the sorriest roster that he ever had. This man had Daniel Gibson, Zildjian Ilgauskas, Anderson Varejao, and his second best player was Larry fucking Hughes. And Larry Hughes didn't even average 15 points a game. You could tell LeBron literally dragged that whole team. And that's the reason why LeBron's field goal was so low in the NBA Finals that year, because Tim Duncan was waiting for him to come block the shot. So that's the reason why LeBron's field goal was so low at 38% from the field. So I ain't trying to hear no crap about LeBron couldn't play better, and he was the only offensive threat on that team. Like, really. And a lot of people think that he had a great roster. That roster sucked. No reason why he left, because after he left, they had the worst record in the league. Like, they were garbage after he left. So you could tell LeBron, he single-handedly carried that team to the finals. He beat teams like the Pistons, the Nets. Sure, the Eastern Conference was weak. He had to go up against the Miami Heat because they were dealing with injuries. But that was still an impressive run by LeBron James. expect him to be there. Like, and LeBron proved them all wrong. Like, really, he proved them wrong, and that's why he was that great. And I understand that 2011 was on him. I admit it. He was pathetic, garbage, sorry. He was like, I don't know who this LeBron was. 8 points in one game. Yeah, that was very unacceptable. And nearly getting outplayed by Jason Terry. That was all on LeBron James. I'll give it to you. 2011 was inexcusable. Like, LeBron, he was just pathetic. But besides that one, which other one can you blame him for? 2017, 2018, please. You know damn well he had to go up against the damn Avengers. Like, really. Because I don't need to get into that one, because we all know what happened. Kevin Durant. But people like to say if LeBron was that great, he should have still gotten the job done. Michael Jordan in that situation would have never gotten the job done like that. He would have lost to 2007 Spurs. He would have lost to 2017-18 Golden State Warriors. So I ain't trying to hear no argument that Michael Jordan would have beaten the Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs, and he could, and LeBron couldn't. Like, that's all I'm finna hear. Like, seriously. And people like to keep criticizing his finals record, making these memes and stuff, but people don't want to dive in of why he is 4-6. The only one you could blame him for is 2011. That was inexcusable. But in the other NBA finals, he balled out. Like in 2018, he dropped 51 points. And then the previous year where he dropped 40 points, people still blanked him for not taking the last shot. Quit expecting LeBron James to play what you like him to play. The way he played has got him 4 championships. And sure, he has a lot of finals losses, but why don't you go up against the Golden State Warriors in this 2007 San Antonio Spurs and see how many losses you're going to have in the finals, buddy? All I'm concerned, LeBron James is the best player on the planet Earth. He's a top 3 player of all time. And if anybody denies that, you're absolutely ridiculous. Like, for real. If you don't think that he doesn't belong there. He's a top 3 player of all time, and he's the best player in the world. And you want to know what his name is? His name is LeBron motherfucking James. The king himself is the best player in the world. Like, that shouldn't be an argument. But if you like this video, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel. And in conclusion, that's it for this video. Make sure y'all stay safe and stay healthy, y'all. This your boy Low Trady signing out. Peace.